if you're anything like me, you have a bunch of dreams, a bunch of things that you want to do, but life just has a way of getting in the way of that. And these things, you always wanted them to happen, but now, maybe you're not a kid anymore. Maybe you're in your 30s and you're thinking, there's all these things that I wanted to do, and they still aren't any closer to being done. And there's a lot of things that we do in those kinds of situations. The fight for time between family and other things, and perfectionism and all kinds of different things. But one thing that's important is dreams that are unfulfilled become extra weight. Dreams that are unfulfilled become extra weight. The hope that came with something that you wanted to do with your life, something that you wanted to accomplish, becomes regret with each day that is left unfulfilled. And this becomes somewhat of a cycle where you get used to not doing it, and so it never gets done. But one thing I want to encourage you, one simple thing that you can start doing that will help you to start completing those dreams, is this very simple thought: change 1%. Change 1%. At the church that I'm associate pastor at, there's a lot of things that we're trying to change, trying to fix, trying to institute, and we have this thing that we always say: just change 1%. Just change one thing. Not even necessarily 1%, just one small thing every week. Find a little bit of time to just a little bit. And what happens is you have really big things that are now in smaller, more manageable pieces. It's kind of like eating an elephant. You can't expect to eat the elephant all at once. But if you cut it up into little pieces, you can eat the whole elephant over a period of time. And that's the exact same thing that happens with our dreams. We have this really big thing that we want to accomplish, but do it in small pieces that are easier to manage. If you're writing a book, write one sentence. Well, I don't have any time to write today. Fine. Write one sentence. Write yourself a note for something that you want to write later. Write something. Spell check a paragraph. Something small. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to write a chapter a day. You don't have to blow people away with how quick you are at writing, but write something. Write something. If you're doing a song, think about one part of it. Just mess around with the introduction for the song, the little musical thing that goes on at the beginning. Do something. If you're drawing something, draw something. Add something to the picture. Think about the colors that you want to use. Set it out so that next time you can get it going. Stuff like that. Just change 1%. Do one small thing every week, every day. And some people will say, well, I have to get into the flow. Yes, I understand that, but get this. Slow progress is better than no progress. Slow progress is better than no progress. Yes, there's this big thing you want to do. You want it to be perfect. You want to get into the flow, absolutely. But look back over the past month, over the past year, and what have you noticed? There's very few times when you have the time to get into the flow. And very few times that you have the time to get into the flow. Instead of waiting for everything to be perfect, just take out 15 minutes of every day. And you'll find that the more you make time to do these small things, these small steps that you can take to creating this bigger dream, the more you'll have time, because the more you're making it part of your schedule to make time. So I just want to leave you with that thought. If you've got dreams that are unfulfilled, change 1%. Do one thing. Small steps.